So you hold conservative values, you hold working hard, all those things. And so I guess, was that instilled in you from the very beginning? Like, what was it like growing up in your household way before your dad was known as a politician? Like just as he was just a businessman in New York. What was it
Yeah.
like?
Well, Kyle, I think everybody in the world knows my father and kind of knows the hard driver that he is. And that's kind of how he raised us. He expected us to work. He expected us to get good grades. I think I've told you this before, but every day when I went to school, he used to always say, right, kids, three rules: no drinking, no drugs, no smoking. Then he would add a fourth in: you better get good grades. And listen, he expected us to be good kids. He expected us to have manners. My mom came from communist Czechoslovakia. She's a tough, awesome, elegant woman. And, she didn't put up with kids who didn't say please, didn't say thank you, didn't open up doors. So she really kind of, grounded manners into us. My father grounded work ethic into us. When we were 11, we started working on our construction sites. It's funny. I just bought a house, and half the work in the house I did myself, right? I could do electrical, I could do plumbing, I can do, sheetrock work, I can do framing work. It's just, we were put on construction jobs at a very young age, making minimum wage. And guess what? If I wanted a new fishing rod, if I wanted a bike, congratulations, you're gonna go work for it. And it did a bunch of things. Certainly conservative value, Kyle's, but it did a bunch of things. A, taught you the value of a dollar. B, at the end of a long day, work on a construction site, busting your, what, you weren't exactly gonna go take that money and go spend it on, booze or drugs or, something insignificant, right? So it made you respect money. It tired you out. At the end of the day, you want to go to bed. You didn't want to go partying. And so it kind of kept me, and I can't tell you, listen, the circle that we traveled in, right? New York, good schools, et cetera. There's a lot of money that flowed through those places. I can't tell you how many of my good friends back in the day went to rehab and, in some cases much worse. And we never went down that path. We were always very straight edge kids. We worked very hard, and to this day, you won't find harder workers than us in just about every regard.
Yeah. So I mean, those are just Judeo-Christian values. Would you say you grew up in a Christian home? Would your grandpa instill that in your father? Like, where did these values? What was the basis of these values?
Yeah, well, obviously very Christian. In fact, literally right before this podcast, I'm away from my child tonight. I'm in New York, they're down in Florida. And I said a little prayer. We say three prayers every night. In fact, we say three prayers, and then we say the Pledge of Allegiance here in the US, but it's really cute. And I started that with my son. So every single night before he goes to bed, now I lay me down to sleep, I pray the Lord my soul to keep, right? We do, three different prayers. We do the Lord's Prayer. And so there's no question. There are the same prayers that were said to me, every night, or that I said every single night when I was a kid. And I'm certainly going to pass that on to my daughter, who's just kind of getting to that age. She's 2 now, and she's just getting to that age. But that's a kind of moment of bonding for us every single night. I don't care where I am. I don't care who I'm with. Short of literally being 100% inaccessible because I'm on an airplane in the middle of the Atlantic or something along those lines. Every single night at 7:45, I'm either with my, kids saying prayers, or if I'm away, I'm on FaceTime with them saying prayers. So it's something that we really do hold near and dear. So yeah, religion played a big part of our life. I think it still does. It's amazing how religion works. I saw it in a really interesting way through politics in this country, where every place I went, people would come up to me, put their hand on my shoulder, say a prayer. We're praying for you. Our family's praying for you. Our community's praying for you. And it's incredibly powerful. And believe me, we've gone through a lot in the last 5 years, politically, and the amount of times people shoot arrows at us. And I don't think we could have made it through that process if there wasn't somebody looking down and guiding the process and guiding what we did and how we did it and where we did it and how we said it and everything else that went along with it. So now I'm very religious, and I believe in religion, and I just believe it's a huge facet of society. And I think the whole world needs a lot more religion in it right now. I think we'd be a better place if it had more of it.
Yeah.